Hello, my name is Francesco and I'm with Kahoy Tutors. Today, we're going to be showing you how to subtract numbers when you have to borrow numbers. Now this can be tricky for our elementary school students, but with this method, I think you'll find that they'll think it's a lot easier. So we have 3 examples here. Let's go through the first 2. Remember, whenever you see a problem like that on their assignment, just write it horizontally and make sure you line up the place values. So we have 367 minus 35. Now, even though this subtraction problem doesn't require them to borrow numbers, you always want to get into the habit of asking them whether they have to borrow or not. This will engage your student and kind of keep them on their toes to make sure they're focused on their work. So when you start over here in the ones place, you say 7 minus 5. You ask them, can you do that? Can you say 7 minus 5? And they'll say yes, that's 2. Okay, no borrowing needed, you just subtract normally. 6 minus 3. Can you do that? Yes, because the bigger number comes first. 6 minus 3, 3. And then you have 3 minus nothing, it's just 3. Again, even when you don't need to borrow, you want to get into the habit of asking them so that they'll know what to do when they do need to borrow. Like with the second example, 357 minus 69. So again, make sure you set it up correctly, lining up your place values. And if they're already in the habit, then they'll know to ask 7 minus 9. Can you do that? Well, no, because the bigger number is on the bottom, so you have to borrow. And when you borrow, you always borrow 10. No exceptions. If they're borrowing 10, they should take 10 and subtract it minus the number on the bottom. So 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Now tell them to hold up that number 1 with their fingers. 1, they're going to add it to the number on the top there. 1 plus 7 is 8. And that's what they write down below. Now, and as you and I know, that's correct, because 17 minus 9 is in fact 8. So far so good, but since they had to borrow from the next place value over, that means that this 6 over here, which is in the 10th place on the bottom, will have to increase by 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Now, they can cross it out, or if it's written in pencil, they can erase and rewrite it. Either way, that 6 is now a 7. And now they can subtract normally. 5 minus 7. Can you do that? Well, no, because 7, the bigger number, is on the bottom. So they have to borrow yet again. Just like before, they're going to borrow 10. And just like before, they do 10 minus the number on the bottom, there's 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. Hold up 3 fingers, and then add these to the number on the top. 3 plus 5 is 8. So they'll write an 8 down here as well. Now, since we borrowed from the next place value over, the next number has to increase. There's nothing there, so technically that's a 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And now they can subtract. 3 minus 1. Can you do that? Well, yeah, because 3, the bigger number, is on top this time. 3 minus 1 is 2. So they write 2, and that's the answer. 357 minus 69 is 288. So adding a number to the next place value over might be a little hard for them at first, but with enough practice, I'm confident that your students will get it. Go ahead and practice with the next example, 307 minus 55. Notice that in this example, they won't have to borrow from the ones place, but they will have to borrow from the tens place. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, everyone.